people, it is Liam Kettleson here, and we're reacting to Lucifer as we get into episode number 13 of season 5, as we have 4 episodes left to go of this season, and season 6, in terms of my recording perspective, has just started. So yeah, I was a couple of weeks, I guess, late for season 6, so yeah, but still, I am excited to see how we do conclude things this season, especially with God's plan of planning to retire, which leaves a bit of a vacancy in terms of who's going to be the new god, which I've already speculated this might be setting things up for Lucifer to take over the mantle, especially since entirely we've got 14 episodes left before Lucifer is done for good. And yeah, I do expect there to be quite a bit of contention over who's going to replace God, especially when it comes to Michael, because as I've said, we haven't seen the last of him. I can't see the way that they ended his story in episode 9 to be his final chapter in Lucifer. He's going to find some way to come back and try to put things out a bit of jeopardy. So yeah, but I really loved the last episode and the focus on Dan, especially with the kind of character development he's had this season, especially being on a positive streak. But ever since he found out about what Lucifer truly is, it's all been downwards from here onwards. And of course, the ramifications of the ending of episode 7 came back to haunt him as Lucifer's prank was executed. And yeah, it was a really, really great episode. I still feel sorry for Dan, don't get me wrong, given the fact that this was because he fucking shot him. So yeah, but no, I still feel so bad for Dan, especially with the crisis that he's been having, not just in terms of finding out about Lucifer and everything regarding heaven and hell, but God as well, because God's been giving him a bit of a hard time as well. But no, I was going to say he's been giving Charlotte a bit of a hard time as well. Oh, bloody hell. The puns just, I guess, come to me, okay? So, yeah, but, no, yeah, I feel so bad for Dan, so, yeah, and I do kind of hope things go on the up from here onwards for him, but we'll have to wait and see what does happen. So yeah, but with that said, let's get into episode number 13 of season 5 for Lucifer. Let's go. Whoa! Wait, hey, wait. Okay, Linda, okay.
Just raise up the tip.
I'm kind of concerned.
Don't play coy, brother. You've been training for this since you're an angel, Nappies. God's
and he is God's favorite son.
Warrior, his bloody favorite son.
Well, you're not wrong there.
You have wanted this.
He's still bragging about that. Like, it's been a few seasons of Benadel.
It's obvious we want to be together, so let's just stop overthinking it and just be together.
Yes! Yes!
Let's do it.
Sorry.
You're horny.
This limbo isn't healthy.
Okay, fine.
Glad they could.
I have to know. Are you guys together or not? We are.
Definitely together.
Well,
Ella is truly a Dexter fan.
Hey guys, you're gonna want to.
I followed her in, and that's when I saw the body.
Did you see anyone else?
Other than
Okay, Linda.
may have made a run for it.
To say it, but it looks like.
I mean,
Yeah,
how
I know
long
what it looks like.
was the body
That's why
there?
I turned myself in. I know Adriana didn't do this. She couldn't have.
Why not?
Because. So I'm buying her time to get away while the
I don't think
cops
that's
find
gonna
the
hold
actual
up,
killer.
to be fair.
Sounds like some.
It's a long story. Just promise me you won't tell her.
Someone's gonna tell her.
I did it. I killed him. Why? I'm a real.
If she's being honest, or everyone's deciding, okay, let's protect someone in this episode. Yeah, that's gonna smart.
Eve.
Eve! Hello! Wait!
Funny seeing you here.
Is Eve responsible for this? Ah, we got Eve back! I was hoping she would
That's
return
what you
these
get
two.
for bringing a beanbag to a demon fight.
Go after him together.
I work alone.
Please.
I think she's
Learn
still
so much
hurt
from
with
you.
Oh,
how
good.
Eve didn't notice.
You caught me on my mentoring streak.
70-30 split.
That's
80-20?
pretty good.
I overheard her fighting on the phone with one of them earlier.
Do you know, was it a guy named Clive Winter?
No, it was a woman.
Maybe the person she got.
Jamie.
Oh.
Jamie.
I don't know if he was gonna, like, he was
Okay,
doing
well, that
anything
gives
to
me enough
protect
to work with.
Adriana, and then maybe he.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, gentlemen.
I've had my mind blown, figuratively and literally, so pretty sure I can handle it.
I think I'm gonna become God. My father, he's retiring, and it appears that I'm the obvious successor, so that was a little celestial homework. A focus group, if you will. Asking people what they would
But
like
this
to
is
see
good
in a
for
guy.
Dad, because at least
enough about
Amenadel
me,
likes
man.
him.
How are you doing, buddy?
What kind of art is transported in a flower van?
The stolen kind.
But no. The detective told us to wait for her here.
What happened to Mr. I Follow My Gut?
Oh.
Oh. Damn it, he's
Fine.
cornered.
But we are following my impulsive lead.
Laurie, I heard the whole thing.
The detective listened in whilst we charmed Jamie. Well, I charmed you. Babbled, mostly.
Okay, then you know about the
These
fake
two
floral
working
van and the
together.
stolen canvas.
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling your knowledge of the case would come in handy.
Okay, then you agree. Clive's the killer. And my daughter is innocent.
Yes, except why would Adriana take the fall for Clive if she wasn't involved somehow?
Because
Exactly,
Ice Cream
this is
Jamie
why I'm
must have
thinking
been
she's
threatening
taking the
her.
fall for her
Didn't you see how
boyfriend.
intimidating?
Much of our money.
Uh-huh. Paying a cell, bring him in, now with leverage.
If Adriana won't tell us what's going on.
Maybe Clive will.
See, Doctor? Perfect match.
They had their own little thing, and it was so great.
In front of you, that he would tell you to take some of that faith that you have in him
To you,
and
not to
put it
me.
in yourself.
That's...
I think it's that low self-esteem that Ella has, especially
saying that, Amenadel.
especially with this season.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
After I became a bounty hunter, I realized my happiness had nothing to do with the job.
But who it associated with the most?
I was happy because I was with you.
Oh my
know.
god!
Duh. And I had no idea how to get you back. I didn't mean to hurt you, but I'm here now. And I want to be with you.
Oh my god!
Someone's here.
Oh my heart! I'm gonna be a high-key rooting for two ships on this show.
Thanks,
No,
Steve.
no. Eve?
Oh my God.
Oh my god!
Hey, look at me.
No, come on, don't do this! Oh my goodness. Stop, no, don't take Eve away, don't take Eve away.
You just needed a ride-along therapist. For once, I needed you to care about someone other than yourself. To care about me! You know what, Lucifer, you're right.
Detective and I just had a chat, and we decided to talk to Adriana again.
But all the evidence points to her. You think she's guilty.
Oh,
you
Linda thought this
don't.
was about them.
My self-centeredness aside, I am trying to help. We all are. And we're not
You
giving
can
up.
even tell in his voice he's hurting for her.
Shall we see what your daughter has to say?
I want to protect my mother.
Oh, does she know?
My mother's sick. She has been for a while.
Oh,
The treatment
Wait.
is expensive.
So is that why you're having money troubles? Owen told us that.
I mortgaged my condo.
If only the doctor was still here, she'd probably know what with all her stalking and whatnot.
I think I know
I
who
know
it
who did
is.
this.
And that's a bad thing?
Only if Linda figured it out too.
Oh no, Linda.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the boyfriend.
Now we have forensic evidence that Adriana's print was transferred to the gun. You're under arrest.
You did it, Doctor.
Protected it.
You saved your daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nice.
I guess I should be going.
Hey,
Oh.
I'm glad you're okay.
Thanks.
You can't completely open yourself up because deep down you actually believe that you don't deserve her love. Because she's so perfect and you're just, well, unworthy.
No.
Awfully
Oh.
insightful of you, Lucifer.
I want to be with you too, Eve.
Oh! Oh my god, yes, yes, yes! Yes! We are double winning here at Lucifer!
Because I saw what it did to my son, Cain. You saw it too.
Yep.
Mortality is a gift. It makes you appreciate life. Just like fear made you appreciate me. I can't accept it.
Vulnerability makes people realize what's worth it.
You have to.
We have to embrace that.
Come on.
I can't.
No. Oh.
I'm sorry.
I was.
Maze.
We were almost there!
You look at everybody who resembles you, even a little bit. Everybody who's in the right age range. And you wonder.
Does the piece fit the
So
jigsaw?
that day that I went to the open house,
I had my suspicions. You and that other lady acted so weird.
I will rise, I will go. I will climb to the place I belong.
I like this happy ending
I'm your sister.
for these two.
Like the world's never known.
It's just a shame that Maze and Eve are cracking my heart.
Friends, a family. If
Got
I'm
that
being
soft
honest,
spot for humanity.
I don't want any of that to change.
So what, you're thinking of backing out?
No. What?
You heard me, brother. I've just decided.
He's throwing his name in the
I'm
hat.
going to be God.
Oh my goodness. And this is what Lucifer, like, especially after, you know, the whole worry about being shunned by God and, you know, whatnot. And just everything in general about how he's been very, very, I guess, detrimental about himself because he has, you know, had his moments. Like, you know, that talk with Linda, which was very heartbreaking, where he was doubting himself. This is what he does need. But also, you know, it gives Amenadel a break because he can still... Well, I think that's a very, very selfless move as well, because I think it's a nice parallel with what Linda, you know, said to Lucifer earlier on. When she thought Lucifer was being selfish. He's, you know, thinking about himself and whatnot. Now he's taking... I mean, it does seem a bit... Okay, that might be a very controversial move. But, you know, you had Amenadel just talk about I want to be I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be detached from humanity after I've grown so much for them, but it's something that I've got to do. And now Lucifer's like, you know what? I'm going to take the bullet for you, buddy. So, but I am 2/3 happy. Maze and Eve, we were so close, but I do get both concerns. Well, I really loved the fact that we actually got to Linda, I'd say confessing to Adriana that she was the mother, but as Adriana stated, she kind of had a feeling, which I thought that was a really, really great line utilized about the fact that when you're adopted, you kind of try to look, you know, for lookalikes and the age range, and you try to put 2 and 2 together, and yeah, so, and I think Lucifer was very, very fundamental in terms of trying to bridge that together, especially with how he was sensing that hurt with Linda and how he was doing everything to try and help her. I even think that him talking about his issues, whereas it might come off across as a bit insensitive in a certain perspective, it was more so about trying to distract her. He was like, I feel like when Linda assumed that he was being selfish and whatnot, you could really sense the hurt in his voice prior to that, especially when he admitted he was willing to try and see what the real deal was with Adriana. So yeah, but she still helped out, didn't she, in a sense? But obviously there was a bit of regret. She was trying to back out of things and whatnot. But I'm just thinking, I don't know if she would still be in a bit of trouble for helping out. But yeah, obviously the murderer to the Mr. Sterling guy, was her boyfriend, which, you know, he came into the station, said she didn't do it, and I was kind of suspecting it might have been him, especially with the whole, with Linda saying she didn't do it. Well, no, I did it, should I say. And then Adriana saying, I did it. There is that worry that you're protecting the person that you love. And obviously Adriana at this point doesn't know, well, she didn't know Linda was there to begin with, but also she was like 95%, I guess, sure that Linda may have been her mother. So yeah, I would say that. Maybe 80, I'm not sure, but she had an inkling, as she said. So yeah. So it was all, it might have been, like, my first thought was, it's all about protecting the one you love. And then we found out that he, you know, was involved, and yeah, so yeah, it was a really, really great episode in terms of finally getting Linda and Adriana, I guess, on the same page, and yeah, it was really, really great, but it was also very heartbreaking because you could see that hope that Linda had in terms of hoping it wasn't going to be Adriana. And, you know, I didn't want Linda to have a kind of bad ending where it was going to be Adriana, so I didn't really suspect her as much, because I think that was more so down to hope and the fact that you don't want a bad ending for Linda, especially with how desperate she is and how she's already you know, beating herself up a bit, and as the episode went along, she was damning herself at the fact that she was thinking of herself as being like she failed her. So I was hoping that wouldn't stretch out to the point where she was going to be the murderer. So yeah, it wasn't more so down to her. So yeah, but still, it was really, really great to have, I guess, Lucifer play some kind of approach regarding bridging things back together. Like I said, with that with the fact that he sensed there was a lot of hurt, and yeah, so I am really, really glad. It seems to indicate that Lucifer did play a part. They didn't right out specifically say, but you can kind of put 2 and 2 together, especially with how Lucifer was sensing the hurt for for Linda. And there was a bit of hurt directed to Lucifer as well when Linda did lash out to him, saying about how self-absorbed he is and whatnot. And obviously that wasn't the case. And like I said, I feel like that him trying to go off topic was more so of an effort to help Linda out. But also with Linda, I think the stress was so much for her at that point. So yeah, it was really really heartbreaking. But at the end of the day, I am really glad that things are at least I guess well, I wouldn't say amended, but seemingly on progression between Linda and Adriana. I'm not sure if we're going to see her again, if there's going to be some kind of story maybe heading into season 6 where Linda does try to build that connection with her daughter. So yeah, or if there's going to be some, I don't know, expansion to Adriana, because she did mention about her adoptive mother being sick, and hence why she was involved in that, situation with Jamie and Clive. But, obviously things turned south, and yeah, we had her boyfriend take the phone to text Clive about last minute changes. Yeah, don't do that. So yeah. And then, so yeah, he took he took advantage of that situation, and so yeah, but yeah, it was really, I really loved the build as well with Lucifer and Chloe. They've just said, you know what, screw everything, let's just make this work, because I don't want to be in this kind of purgatory state with this relationship. So we need, and not just that though, but I think Chloe's conversation with Trixie, I think, played a very, very big impact in that, because like I said, I think something needed to be sorted out, otherwise this is going to be an eternal mess. So of course we had the last episode focus about Dan, but things seemingly were focusing on everyone else again in this episode, and we jumped straight into resolving that, although Lucifer still has certain worries and whatnot, especially when he was when there was that shared situation with how Linda felt about Adriana and her true identity to Adriana, and Lucifer and Chloe about this is everything you've wanted, but you just worry about the fact that you don't deserve the person that you love. It was really heartbreaking, and it was really emotional. So yeah, I'm just really worried. I'm just really wondering about what's Lucifer's plan regarding him becoming God going to mean for him and Chloe, because I don't know what that is exactly going to mean. If things can still be plain sailing for them two, or if this is going to cause a spanner in the works. I mean, given what this show entails, and given how I was almost there with Maze and Eve, I feel like it's going to be the latter. But I'm just really curious about what Lucifer's certain plan is in regards to what's that going to mean with him and Chloe. So yeah, I'm hoping things can go well for them too. But I just feel like that's going to cause complications, because obviously he would have to be in heaven, right, if he was to be God. So, yeah. So, I don't know if this is going to be like a mirror where he had to go to hell and, assumingly for him, spend eternity there, or, yeah, I don't know. But we know that Lucifer, like I said, I feel like, especially in contrast to what Linda said about that, him being selfish and whatnot, when she thought that was his intent, when Lucifer, of course, meant he was going to talk, him and Chloe was going to talk to Adriana further and hope to get this resolved and have Adriana in the clear. I feel like it is a contrast to, when he approached Amenadel and, like I said, took the bullet for him. I feel like that is a contrast to Linda's comments. So, yeah. But I think overall in this episode, Lucifer was not showing any of those traits whatsoever. He was more so because he even stated basically that he does care, and I feel like his gestures in this episode were more so trying to put Linda at ease, if anything. So yeah, like I think the point where she thought that Lucifer was using her to talk about his and Chloe's relationship. I feel like that is a great point itself, like about how, because Lucifer wasn't even going to talk about his relationship. He was trying to give that bit of hope for well, not just for Adriana, but Linda as well. So I feel like that's a good enough point. But also I just think in general, my gut feeling, Lucifer was just trying to take Linda's mind off things and try to give her the best in this sticky situation, even if things were still going to be like, even if like Linda was obviously not going to be completely okay with what Lucifer was doing. He was trying to do the best in a bad situation. So yeah, that was, like I said, my gut feeling in my opinion. So yeah, but still, like I said, I am really glad that the situation with Linda and Adriana is seemingly on the up for now. Might be complications down the line, who knows, because this is Lucifer. Who, like, why not? Why not? So, but like I said, it's a case of let's wait and see what does happen between them two. So, yeah, but yeah, like I said, I'm really glad that things are on the up with Chloe and Lucifer so far. So yeah, but we also had other areas as well, as well as Amenadel, which obviously I touched up upon with Lucifer taking the bullet, as I call it, even though it might not necessarily be taking the bullet, more so about proving himself. But like I said, I like to see things very, very deep in that aspect, like especially, like I said, the how it parallels to Linda's comments and how Lucifer's like, you know what, I'm gonna be God, and that plays on well with Amenadel's worries, and you know, how he spent so much time with humanity. There is that like kind of fear that he's gonna depart from them, and not just that though, but you got to think with Charlie, because I'm thinking about Lucifer and Chloe, and you know what that situation's going to mean, and you just think about Amenadel and Charlie, and you know, would he have to leave Charlie behind and whatnot? So yeah, so that's why I'm more I am saying it's like Lucifer's taking the bullet, but as Lucifer said, I'm going to prove myself. So, yeah, but I really did like Amenadel's bit of crisis in this episode, and not just that though, but I kind of like seeing some of the, I guess, upsides of Amenadel's story in this episode, like his conversations with Dan and Ella, because, as I said, with Dan, this is pretty big for him, because obviously, him and God not really had the best reception as of recent, but you know, if Amenadel became God, then you know, one's got to think that's pretty good stuff for Dan, because him and Amenadel have a BFF situation. Okay, let's call it like it is. So any worries about, like, I feel like any worries can be elevated just a bit if Amenadel were to take the position of God, but he's going to have some bad news when Amenadel's going to say, okay, so Lucifer's going to take the position of God. So, yeah, but I was just thinking that, like, especially with his relationship with God and how it's been frosty, if Amenadel were to become God, then Dan, there's a bit of a break being cut there for Dan in a sense. So, but like I said, that's now gone down the toilet now that Lucifer's throwing his name in the hat. So, yeah. But like I said, I also really like the conversation with Ella as well, and how he approached Ella of all people in regards to what would you change about God, and not just that though, but she was also given that confidence boost as well from Amenadel, and you know, I think it speaks volumes about how great of a. I think no one can doubt that Amenadel would be a pretty great God, but it's of course Amenadel's own concerns that's putting a bit of a pause into that situation. So yeah, but I think his conversation with Ella like, I think it does speak volumes quite a bit about how great of a god he would be. And not just that, though, but he gave her what she needed, I think, and that was a bit of a boost, because Ella has been shrouded in that darkness, and this season she's been I want to say that her comments about her being shrouded in that darkness is kind of playing on her situation with Pete, and how, you know, damaging that was for her overall. But obviously these past 2 seasons she's been put through the ringer. I mean, we even had her spell where she kind of fell out with God last season. Obviously she recovered back onto that train, but it still didn't stop her confidence from being knocked, especially with her, like, I'd say her damaging herself by hanging around with bad people, and Pete, for example. So yeah, but I think that Amenadel gave her that little bit of a boost that she needed, because, yeah, she might feel like she's shrouded in that darkness, but she also has that shining personality as well. So, and Amenadel can sense that, and it's, you know, really, really nice. So, yeah. So I really liked Amenadel's story in this, and Maze and Eve. I'm so happy Eve returned, but am I happy with the way things ended? Nope, because it looked like we were going to double win, with Lucifer and Chloe saying, you know what, screw it, let's go. Like I said, obviously there was that conversation with Lucifer that he had with Linda about that fear of you know, not deserving Chloe, but things, I'm willing to put that aside, and things between him and Chloe on the up for now. And I was hoping for that with Maze and Eve, especially after Eve's confession about how she really took up when she was looking, finding more about herself. She was more so looking at what happiness, I guess, Maze brought, and she was just being reminded about how amazing Maze was to her. So, and it was such a relief, I feel like, after the debacle of last season, where Maze poured her heart out to Eve, but Eve was a bit blinded, and you had that hurt from Maze. So it was a bit of a relief there, but we had to end things on a bit of a sour note. But I feel like I can sense both sides of the stories, but Maze is shooting herself in the foot there, I feel like. Because I feel like with Eve, like, she has her valid reasons. Like, she knows how the whole immortality shtick worked for Cain, and she would rather embrace life as that gift, as she said. But with Maze, there is that fear, especially with like, she hasn't really, I would say she has not felt like this before. This how, you know, devastating it can be to, well, I would say how devastating it could be to lose the person that you loved. Just thinking back to Lilith, so I'm feeling like her giving the ring is to try and avoid another Lilith situation and lose someone that her heart aches for the most. So, because it was only like several episodes ago that she lost Lilith, and she doesn't want to lose Eve after that whole confession. So she's trying to make sure that she doesn't lose someone that she can actually love. But, you know, like I said, Eve has her valid reasons why she wants to avoid the whole immortality thing, especially since it's a bit of a sour note in regards to her son. So, yeah, but not just that, though. It's life is a gift as well, and you know, I can understand why Eve decided to reject the ring, but I do hope that things can patch up between the pair, because I don't want them two to be apart. But we were getting so close, but yeah, it was a nice surprise to, like I said, to see Eve return. But hopefully things can be patched up between the pair. So yeah, so because obviously I don't think this is going to be the last we're going to see of Eve, and it's not going to be a 1-episode deal. So yeah, but like I said, fingers crossed. But pretty great episode, a pretty great focus for Linda, and it was pretty sad to see her in a very damaging situation, and there was just that little bit of hope that she had with Adriana that she wasn't the killer. So like I said, I was hoping it was not going to end on a bad note in regards to Linda and Adriana's like any kind of hope for them to rebuild. So I'm glad that whilst Adriana did get involved a bit, she wasn't, responsible for the murder. So yeah, but like I said, I'm really curious to see if we're going to see more between them potentially. Who knows? But overall, pretty solid stuff. And let's see how things go with Lucifer throwing his name into the hat in terms of becoming God, because we've got 3 episodes left. I am kind of scared about what's going to happen because, like I said, 3 episodes left. So, and if the past 2 season finales have been indicative about how kind of devastating we're going to end the season on, I'm just worried that 3rd time will not be the charm in terms of, straying away from heartbreaking situations. So, yeah, but overall, I'm really looking forward, and pretty awesome stuff. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check out the videos on the right if you want to check out all of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoy this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!